Thomas Merton was born on January 31st, 1915 in Prades, France, when the First World War was in progress. He was the elder of two boys, the son of an American, Ruth Jenkins, and a New Zealander, Owen Merton. At the end of the first year of his life, Merton was baptized. The Second World War was in progress when he began the second stage of his life on December 10th, 1941, in Trappist, Kentucky, by entering the Order of Cistercians of the Strict Observance at the Abbey of Our Lady of Gethsemane. Merton was a teacher of contemplation to many novices and scholastics to the Abbey of Gethsemane from his appointment as Master of Scholastics in 1951 and during his years as Novice Master, a role that he took in 1955 and fulfilled until 1965. Over those years of leading monastic formation within the Abbey of Gethsemane, there is no doubt that Merton's talent was a gift to his monastic community. Merton was a dedicated teacher, and the countless number of pages of notes and lectures available in the Merton archives are wholly representative of his dedication to scholarship and to the formation of future priests and monks. Merton was also a writer throughout his life. He didn't hesitate to write in order to awaken others and make them active within the contemporary religious and political issues of his time. He accomplished this by becoming a prolific writer who corresponded with many people and who managed to communicate well. While Merton was a very gifted contemplative writer, he was also a political activist. This was expressed in his correspondence with those who were involved in the U.S. Civil Rights Movement and those who challenged nuclear weapons and the U.S. involvement in Vietnam, as well as in his own writings. It was between 1960 and 1962 that Merton wrote a string of letters, papers, and reviews on the issue of nuclear weapons and the possibility that the West and USA was using them in the Cold War between the USA and the Soviet Union. The question of civil rights for U.S. citizens also preoccupied Merton. He had an impact on friends who were activists in politics and peace. However, he also had a public influence in the troubled years of the 1960s because he was a successful Catholic writer when the Second Vatican Council was in Rome. As an American Catholic writer, Merton wrote more than 70 books, mostly on spirituality, social justice, and a quiet pacifism, as well as reviews and essays. One of Merton's most well-regarded books is his best-selling autobiography, The Seven-Story Mountain, which was published in 1948. This book caused many World War II veterans, students, and young people to assemble to monasteries across the United States. The Seven-Story Mountain was also featured in National Review's list of the 100 best nonfiction books of the century. Another work of his includes a book of poetry entitled 30 Poems. Merton had mixed feelings about the publishing of this work, but his superior, Father Abbot Dom Frederick, insisted that he continue his writing. In 1946, another poetry collection by Merton was published. It was called A Man in the Divided Sea, which, coupled with 30 poems, caused some recognition for him. In 1948, aside from his well-acclaimed The Seven-Story Mountain, he published several works for the monastery that year. They were Guide to Cistercian Life, Cistercian Contemplatives, Figures for an Apocalypse, and The Spirit of Simplicity. The same year, St. Mary's College in Indiana also published a book by Merton, called What is Contemplation? Thomas Merton's significance to American Catholicism stems from him being arguably the most influential American Catholic author of the 20th century. With his writings having attracted much interest in Catholic practice and thought, he has played a crucial role in the faith journeys of thousands upon thousands of Catholics during his lifetime and since his death. The success of his writings and spiritual wisdom speak for themselves. His monastery in Kentucky has proved to be a place of pilgrimage for many people each year. He was a man of prayer, a scholar who tested the certainties of his time and opened new outlooks for souls and for the church. He was an exemplar of Catholic faith within the genius of American democracy in the church and for the people.